At Strong with Sarah, we pride ourselves in helping our clients to lose weight while still enjoying all foods in moderation. And not only do we care, most importantly, about helping you create a body that you feel your best and most confident in, but we also care that we do it in a way that's sustainable, meaning that you can keep the weight off long term. And so today I want to talk about one of the clients that worked with my team. She lost 24 pounds in 3 months as a mom with a busy career, and she still enjoyed a few glasses of wine every single week while losing 24 pounds. And so I want to cut right to the chase today. I am going to be sharing 6 items that she did on her journey with us that helped lead to that weight loss of 24 pounds. And fun fact, I emailed her about 6 to 7 months after she left our program, and she continued to lose weight and make progress towards her goals, even without my team and I holding her accountable, because the things that we taught her were sustainable for her life, even beyond working with us, which is always the goal. We love our clients, but it's never the goal that our clients work with us forever. So without further ado, let's get started. Step number 1, how she lost 24 pounds in 3 months, was that she was not afraid to take action. And I was almost hesitant to put this one on the list because I really want to stress that when I talk about taking action, I do not mean that she did everything perfectly or that she hit her calorie goal every day of the week. She worked out every day of the week. She consumed enough water every day of the week. She got her steps in every single day. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is that as her coach, she and I would discuss a game plan and she would go off on her own and execute and implement the plan as best as she could. And sometimes that meant that the plan went beautifully and worked out perfectly. And other times, the plan was a total down in the dumps failure, but she tried and she showed up and she took action. And so, why I made this the number one action is because I find that so many people, and myself included, I am so guilty of this. I can make all the plans in the world for anything. But when it comes to actually doing the work and showing up for ourselves and making the hard choices and fighting that change, it becomes 1,000 times harder for all of us. And so that's why I really wanted to stress that number one, she was open to trying new things. And I think it is just the biggest reason why she was so darn successful on our program and why she has been so successful afterwards is that she wasn't afraid to try. Now, that brings me to number 2. She came up with a simple plan for meals every single week or most weeks during her 3 months with us. And I do want to stress that does not mean that she made 14-step recipes that include 28 ingredients every single night for dinner. So in full transparency, I am not going to share her name or any more details, but she has a busy career as a surgeon. She's also a mom to a toddler. She's also married. She has friends and a social life. So when you put all of those things together, she does not have the time, the energy, or the space in her life to spend 30 or 45 minutes every single night cooking a healthy dinner. So something that worked for her is that she got meals delivered to her house every single day, and that is what she ate for lunch. She took that with her to the hospital, and that was her lunch every single day. She used a delivery service called Factor. There are so many options out there. There's, oh my gosh, I'm blanking on some other ones. There's no wrong answers. But basically with Factor meals and many other brands, the meals were delivered to her. She took it to work. She put it in the microwave for 2 minutes and a healthy, protein-packed, calorie-controlled, portion-controlled lunch was ready to eat. It really took the decision fatigue out of the question. She didn't have to go to the cafeteria at the hospital and hem and haw over, do I get the burger or do I get the salad bar? Ooh, that dessert is looking really good. She simply avoided the cafeteria by bringing the factor meals. Now, for dinner, she came up with super, super simple, healthy meals for she and her family. So I'm talking, she would end up cooking a couple pounds of ground turkey and pairing that with different salads, different low carb wraps. She would make like a bunless burger for herself and a hamburger for her husband and her child. Things were super simple, but she really relied on pre-made proteins, whether she made it herself on a Sunday afternoon for the entire week or whether she store-bought frozen chicken breasts that were already cooked, frozen salmon fillets, frozen turkey meatballs, etc. Frozen veggies. She would buy veggie trays and fruit trays because the fruit and the veggies were already pre-cut, and she would just pair that as sides with her dinners. Bagged salads were another staple for her dinners. So again, please keep in mind, just because she had a simple plan for her meals each week does not mean that she spent 5 hours on Sunday meal prepping, and it doesn't mean that she had recipes that she followed every single night of the week. Does that work for some people? Absolutely. And if you're somebody that works for, I am over here cheering you on. But given the busyness of everything that I've shared about her, that just wasn't realistic for her. Now, that brings me right into number 3. She was honest with herself about what was realistic for her in this phase of life, both in terms of action items and in terms of goals. I'm going to be honest, and this is fine if this is your goal, but she told me her goal was not to like have a 6-pack in a bikini anymore. As she said, she's like, I'm in my early 40s. I don't care as much about that. I simply want more energy to run around with my toddler and to be able to keep up with him. I want to feel better in the cute clothes that I do have. When number one, in surgery, I'm wearing scrubs, that doesn't matter. But when I'm meeting patients for a consultation, or when I'm going out with my girlfriends on a Saturday night for the glass of wine, I want to feel confident in my own skin and in my body. And so she was really realistic what she wanted with herself at this phase of life. Even more importantly, she was realistic about the action items that were doable for her, given everything she had going. Like I've already shared with you, cooking a 14-step recipe on a Monday night after being in surgery all day and coming home to parent a toddler isn't in the cards for her right now at this stage of life. So instead of trying to force herself to do what she thought healthy cooking looked like, she found a way around that by relying on meal delivery services and by buying pre-made options that she could prepare for a dinner for her family in 15 minutes. And that worked beautifully for her. Now, this brings me right to action item number 4 of what she did very well. She created a workout and a movement routine that, again, worked with her life with what she had going on right now. And I'm going to be honest, this one was a little bit challenging because given the busyness of her career and her personal life, the only time that she could really get in actual workouts was at 5:30 in the morning. And as you and I can both probably guess, did she absolutely love getting up when her alarm rang at 5:30 in the morning? No, of course. Like, I don't love getting up early to work out. But I also know, and something that she learned on our journey together was that she ended up having more energy throughout the day when she got up early to exercise. And she actually found a type of a workout class that she fell in love with. And so again, did it suck to get up early? Yes. But she knew that once the workout started going, she fell in love with it and she enjoyed being there. And so that made it so much more doable and realistic for her to do long term. Now, something I do want to stress in terms of that is that she did only agree to doing 2 workouts per week. And Some people might think that feels like a lot, and other people might not think that feels like a lot. But for her goal and her body, that worked beautifully. And what was really nice is, again, having the tough conversations with herself, she realized, you know what? I can set that alarm for 4:45 in the morning twice a week to get up to get to the gym by 5:30, and then the other 3 mornings of the work week, I get to sleep in until 5:45 or 6. And so she was able to make the hard choice around workouts so that, again, ultimately it led to a body where she felt strong at her best. Now, thing number 5 that she did very well is she played an active role in coaching. And this one might sound like a no-brainer, like, duh, if somebody signs up for coaching, aren't they going to play an active role? But you might be surprised. Sometimes clients get embarrassed about what happened, or they get busy, or they forget, or they don't want to admit to themselves or their coaches what happened, or 5,000 things. And something that this client did so well was communicate. Couple different things she communicated. Number one, she always shared her wins. What was going very well with the action plan that we created together. And she was just as upfront about the challenges that she had. She tried some of the ideas that we created. And again, some of them worked beautifully for her and others were total flops. But when they were flops, we could talk through that so we could divert and come up with a new strategy to try. Something else that she did in terms of utilizing coaching is that she was very honest and upfront with me a few days before big social events or big weekend fun things, whether it be holidays or birthday parties or anniversaries or, again, girls' night out, whatever it was. Really enjoying life's indulgences was also important to her. She knew on this journey, she didn't want to have to give up carbs or alcohol or all desserts or all pasta and all wine in order to lose weight. And so she was very good at communicating with me ahead of time. Hey, maybe it was a Tuesday or a Wednesday, and she would let me know this weekend, this is what I have going on. Can you help me come up with a game plan? And together, we would create a plan where she felt that she got to enjoy and indulge, but it was still in enough of a calorie deficit where she was able to successfully eat. And then last but not least, tip number 6 of what she did very well. When struggles happened, when she fell off the bandwagon, when challenges arose, she approached all of those with a mentality of curiosity versus a more emotionally charged human response and feeling like she was a failure. And all of these 6 action items that I've shared are important, but this one might be the most important. So I'm going to be honest. Again, like everybody's journey to weight loss, her journey was a roller coaster too. And there were times that she ate more than she realized, and she ended up drinking more wine than she had planned. And she thought she wasn't going to have dessert and ended up having 2 or 3 cupcakes or whatever it was. But instead of beating herself up and calling herself a failure and telling herself she was never going to lose the weight, she simply got so curious with herself. What was really going on? What was I thinking in the moment when I made the decision? Is this a mindset challenge that we need to talk about? Or was this a strategy challenge? Was there nothing else to drink except wine? Did she forget to bring a bottle of water or something, or sparkling water? Or was the only option pizza and there was no salad and no protein and therefore it led to her overeating? Or was there a healthy option? And again, some self-sabotaging thoughts kicked in and she ended up indulging because of what was going on up here. And because she approached those struggles from curiosity, we could talk about them. And again, then we could go back to square one, come up with a different strategy to try. And she ended up getting right to consistency. So I encourage you, whether or not you do coaching, all 6 of these action items can be applicable to your journey on any diet, any program, any goal that you want to achieve in life. It's not just applicable to weight loss and becoming healthier. Now, if you are interested in learning more about how I helped my client reach this goal, as well as so many other stories of our clients, I am going to link a link in the first comments with the page to our testimonials. You can read more about how we've helped hundreds of men and women become healthier while still enjoying all foods. But until then, again, please, if this video is helpful, click the like button and subscribe to chat more with me next week. Thanks so much.